Good afternoon. Today I wanted to talk about a couple of subjects that came up today, and I'll just introduce the subject with a picture of the gate at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, where I had basic training in 1968 and wound up in special training company myself. There's an article in military.com by Joe Penzier, and saying that we need a limited military draft, and that's because recruitment is so low, especially for the Army and for some and not for the Marine Corps, but for the Army. And what he suggests is that for 11 months of the year, recruitment works as normal, and then for 1 month, we use a draft to fill in our shortfall. I don't think he said it in the article, but you would certainly want to consider whether women should have to sign up for selective service, which Congress would have to pass. And of course, there's also debated eliminating selective service altogether. Again, it's important to remember that it's males according to sex assigned at birth. So trans persons, even persons that took puberty blockers or something like that, going male to female, would not be get out of selective service. So you can imagine where that could lead. But I thought that the fact that this came up today is interesting and a little bit alarming, given this war going on and between Russia and Ukraine. I think it sounds a little bit hotter with the retaliations, the drone retaliations, although maybe those are false flags or something. This is still very dangerous. It can escalate very quickly with weapons of mass destruction. So at least locally, and that creates enormous problems. At least we can say that. And then I thought I would mention one other topic, which is I saw a pop-up video of shorts today about from Reason magazine that we need to abolish Social Security now. And there was an article by Nick Gillespie in February of 2013 to that effect. And he does suggest allowing people that are close to retirement continue, to pay the tax and then collect benefits. It would sound like that could invite immediate means testing, though, and someone in my position who does have other assets, although a lot of them don't actually belong to me legally, they belong to beneficiaries legally, might have it reduced or cut off. That would be a possibility of something that could happen. And so I just thought I'll give you the links to both of these articles in the description of this video today, but I just thought you should know about these two developments that appeared in the news today. Tim Pool mentioned the military draft article and said he was 37 and that he wasn't sure he would be safe because he thinks that so many of today's young people are so unqualified, have been spoiled. He said soy boys and that kind of thing or something, but a lot of young men have done spectacularly on their own with YouTube careers, or not a lot, but some young men have done very spectacularly, just like when I talked about Josh Hawley's proposed law limiting access to 16 and above to social media. That would cut off the people that are really talented from getting started as an entrepreneur. If you got drafted, it would be hard to start a business when you're that young, unless you made enough money that you could hire somebody to manage it while you were away. And so that's another thing to think about when you hear about this kind of this issue. But I do thank you for listening.